Hello, friends. So I posted, I don't know where this clip's going to fall in. I posted on my Instagram stories asking you what you would like to see next, a Get Ready With Me where I catch up on where I've been, or an organizing my beauty collection. Behind me here is where I store the majority of my beauty collection, and I'm going to walk you through where I am at currently because I did film a clip that I will insert here. Basically, I started by emptying out the entire closet because I need to get everything empty out and then categorize it before I can start decluttering and organizing. And what you're seeing me do here is just move everything out of my closet, and then things that weren't categorized in a box or a container, I went ahead and did that so it would be easier moving forward. I now just finished work, and today was a research day, which I know everyone on my team was super annoyed with me because I love research days. And I really just rocked skincare today. And I've had my headset on, so my hair is just wild. But we're going to get into some more organizing today. But I wanted to come on, give a little intro, say hello. We have indeed finished a lot of this, meaning me and Frank, because as you'll see, I take plenty of dance breaks with him. But I'm new to filming this type of content, so if you like it, let me know down below, and also bear with me while I figure out the best ways to film all of this, because I'm working with limited equipment. But it's so nice to be back and back again, and I will film the Get Ready With Me potentially tomorrow, which means you might not see it until next week. But we'll catch up, we'll talk about what's going on with my channel, unless I feel the need to do it now. That being said, let's get into some makeup organization. We'll do a separate video for the bathroom and like skincare and body care because I do have some things that might be helpful to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. It's nice to be back, and let's dive into the magic of organizing. Okay, so I decided while you watch what to me is a pleasing time lapse of organizational chaos, let's get deep for a second. As you've seen, there's been a lot of disruption in my upload schedule. I've been in a serious bout of burnout, and this time was, as RuPaul says, a breakdown to break through. I don't know if and when I'll be comfortable to share my story, but for now, just know whatever you're going through, you are a beautiful soul who deserves to nurture yourself over your perceived obligations. I'm able to identify that I have not been upholding my personal values, and my mind, body, and soul needs nourishment now more than ever. Now, these things happen from time to time, but I'm telling you because there are some things I want to share about my YouTube channel. I started this journey for connection, community, learning, and helping by sharing the knowledge I've picked up over the years of being a beauty lover and a fashion professional. Listening to Hope Mess Tom's recent video solidified that if I wanted to continue making videos, it was time to do it on my own terms. I feel very fortunate that I have a career that can support my lifestyle and allows me to have this hobby. And while I do hope one day to have more time to dedicate to YouTube, I simply don't have that luxury at this moment. And that means I cannot be a polished beauty YouTuber from years ago. But it's also the beauty of my channel and where we are as a community today. At this point in time, there isn't a set path for beauty YouTubers. It's a shakeup, and that means I get to forge my own path. And right now, I may not have perfect video concepts, flawless execution, or polished backgrounds, but I'm going to give myself well-needed grace. That means that it can't always be a review, it won't always be a full face, but what it will be is a follow-along through my experiences. I want to share how I interact with my makeup and fashion, and one of my favorite things to do is organize and make routines efficient. We've been so conditioned by social media to think that the only way to interact is swatching, applying, or buying makeup, when in fact, part of the fun includes things like organizing, planning looks, washing brushes, or experimenting. That is what my channel is about. It isn't a professionally shot video, but I also know that it will come with time, and I thank you all for being here and allowing me to share my experiences and grow and learn from each other. And for those who reached out directly, know that I see and appreciate you more than you could realize. It's the kindness that we've built here on my channel that makes posting so fulfilling. In summary, this might be a slight pivot to my channel, and I hope that's okay. My promise is to remain authentic to why I started my channel, even if that doesn't look like beauty YouTubers you've watched or are currently watching. But it is my story and my experience, and that's all that I can offer. Hopefully, you'll stick around for the ride. Okay, so to wash my brushes, I have already gone through some of these and washed them here, so I want to walk through kind of the things that I use and all that good stuff. So when I wash my brushes, you'll see it's dirty because I've been doing it, but I have my soap of choice, which my favorite is the Beauty Blender Pro Solid. I like it because it's big and usually one will last me an entire year. I do end up washing my brushes fairly often, and as you can see, when I don't, I end up washing them just as many times because I have a ton. This box is full of eye brushes. These are the last of the face brushes I have to do, but I always have my soap of choice. I've used everything. I've used Dawn with olive oil, Dawn on its own, Dr. Bronner's, Eco Tools, a ton of different brush cleaners. This is the best one. I know it's the most expensive one, but it lasts all year. So if I'm only paying that once a year, I'm totally fine with it. It just makes it so much easier and faster. Then I also use the Sigma brush mat that suction cups to the sink. It has a bunch of different textures on it, so you'll see me kind of scrubbing the brushes there. It helps. I used to just kind of like rub them around on my fingers and palm to work the soap in, but it just takes longer, and the textures work super well on this, so I really do like that. I'm sure you can get an off-brand. I just happened to get mine in the Sephora sale, I think, one year. Anyway, then these brush containers and holders, they might not need washed, but I will wash them if they need it. And for that and the Hendash palette, I will be using the Dawn Platinum Power Wash, the unscented one. I mean, it's just a go-getter, isn't it? It just works with everything super well. Then I have my wireless headphones because I will be listening to music while I do this, and some water. And that's really what I do. Oh, and the last thing is I usually take a hand towel and I roll the one end up, and that's usually enough to slant the brushes. Obviously, it's amazing if you can have them all upside down, but when I'm doing this many, I just like to prop it up a little bit. If you have, there's my husband talking to Frank. If you have a ledge like this, because welcome to the 90s bathroom, you can easily just put the brushes up on that. Just be careful you're not putting too much pressure on the bristles. And then maybe I'll insert a picture because I don't have it set up right now, but when I do get to the eye brushes, I will be using the Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum hanger. It's like the best one I've seen. I have also tried a couple of these different things to hold my brushes upside down, and this one has been the best by far. And you can use it multi-purpose, so sorry for all the noise, but those are my tips on how I wash brushes. Now, I don't know what part this is going in, so I'll see you on the other side. Hello. I've tried to film this, and the audio was terrible. The lighting is questionable. Again, first time doing this. But I'm going to give you kind of like a tour of my filming room. I'm only going to show you half of it because I'm trying to break my office into zones. So one for 9 to 5, one for projects that kind of overlaps with YouTube. So off to this side is the chair where I sit with Frank, where he's currently curled up. And then this is the wall that I stare at while I film YouTube videos, the fan that I desperately need. I'm hoping to do a ceiling fan install in this room, but that's what we have in the meantime. But I film on a folding table here with my 2 LED lights. It just helps that I can break it down and put it away in the closet if I need this room to be functional for something else. And I wanted to point out that I always have a basket like this in here when I'm doing organizing and cleaning, because anything that does not live in this office, I throw it in the basket, and then I take the basket with me when I'm done and I can unload it. Some people call it a doom basket, whatever you want to call it. It's just really nice to have. I also have these same baskets in different rooms that tend to collect things that don't belong in those rooms, and I find it really helpful. So I always have that when I'm cleaning and organizing, and then a trash bag, but I already took the trash out. That said, my plants that you usually see in my videos are now being moved out of this room because while I've been going through everything I've been going through, I neglected my aloe plant, which really kills my soul because my father-in-law got it for me and I wanted it to live for hundreds of years. So I'm propagating what was left, and we're praying that that works. Hopefully. He also got me this cute little cat planter with another succulent in it. Fabulous. And then my watering can. That's a work of art. But that's going to be moving out. And then I'm going to wipe down my table and it's ready to go for the Get Ready With Me that we're going to film next. But that's that. If you move over here, this is where I keep all of my makeup that we're going to walk through in just a second. And then directly on this wall, which is what you see when I'm filming, is my credenza. You'll see in the clips of the time lapse of me organizing. This was a whole project, and I'll walk through at the end kind of like where we landed at. But the only drawer that I've ever kept makeup in my credenza, I started with these two before I got the organizer that I have now. Right now, the only thing holding any type of makeup related items is this middle drawer. And it's kind of miscellaneous things that we can get into when we kind of go over this zone. But let's take a look at the closet. Okay, so I wanted to keep my collection somewhat small. I ordered this cart with drawers off of Amazon. I had a clear one way back in college in like 2010, and it served me really well back then. So I just went with what I knew. Also, it was challenging finding things that had the right depth to go into this closet. Also, disclaimer here, you're going to hear this in the parts where we get a little bit deep on some things, but this is not going to be a beauty influencer's closet of dreams or anything. Like, I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. And I'm also challenging myself to find organizing things that I already have in the house, because my new motto is one problem per paycheck as we try to build this into more of a home, if that makes sense. So I actually have a really cute printout on my vision board that I made in Canva that I'll link down below that says one problem per paycheck, because sometimes we need to be reminded, you know? Anyway, drawers from Amazon, and then this cart from Amazon, but this is kind of like the makeup section. I do have bags over here that hold makeup that doesn't benefit me and doesn't work for me and that I give away. I have 2 different bags because they go to different people, my sister, my friends, and then if neither of those people can use what I have, I give it to a local salon who has makeup artists in their services, and it gives them an opportunity to use up the products that would not get used up if they just sat in my home. So I keep that there. Got some foam rolling and stretching things because I do that in my office when I'm struggling with pain. It's the same stuff that I talked about in my chronic pain video, which you can find in my beauty strategy playlist. And then there's some family heirloom instruments there, and also my faux collars that I wear when I'm on Zoom or filming because I'm more likely to grab them if they're in here. And then we'll get to the top row that's kind of off screen. That's kind of makeup overflow and accessories, because I do keep my jewelry and my accessories in this room because it's like I come in here to do a full beat and accessorize. So it's easy to just have them all in one spot. But then outside of the makeup section, I have my books. Highly recommend the Chani Nichols book if you're interested in learning more about astrology. It's really helpful for beginners. And then I also have kind of a janky setup right now for projects, a lot of cuddle clutch things. Whatever projects I'm working on outside of YouTube and work, we just got our samples in, so we're doing a fitting this weekend, which is exciting, but I need to figure out what system is going to work. Some kind of stackable system probably to just separate projects in and out, but okay, so in top of the cart is what I keep. This cart is what I prep for when I'm filming. I could see this being really useful for someone who likes to sit down and just do their makeup and try new looks, but I don't think you need it if you're not filming or you're not consistently trying new looks. It's just easy again for me to roll out when I'm filming and put away when I'm done so I don't see the clutter in my office. But I have some brushes. You're going to see in this video that I'm also washing my brushes because nothing like an organization and cleaning video to get you in the mood to do those things. So I used to sit all of my brushes on here in different kind of glass containers like you see here, old candle containers, old glass containers, whatever I had on hand. My brushes are going to go into a different kind of organization, I think, as I start to break my beauty collection up, which we'll cover in the next clip. But I also have miscellaneous tools. So my favorite spatula is from Amazon for scraping product, mixing product, whatever. I have an eyelash curler, my eye cooling wand, eyelash applicator, all that kind of stuff. And then next to it, I have my Q-tips, and I have 2 brush cleaners in this just to keep on hand for quick cleaning, which I'll go through in a second. And then I have my color switch here and a fan, which I sigh because I thought I was going to get so much use out of this. I do not. I use it more at my desk when I'm hot than anything related to drying setting spray. But you know, it is what it is. I also have any scripts that I have for videos that are ready to go. So I have my color theory script here. And then under that, I have a foldable mirror, and that's what I use to film with. So really, this is just like grab everything I need to film. My tripod for my desktop is there. I'm on the standing tripod now. The 2 brush cleaners that I have, the first one's the Dry Clean Quick Clean from Sephora. This was under $10 when I bought it. I don't like this. I'll try to use it up, but what I found is, one, it smells very strongly of baby powder, which I'm not a fan of. And it also tends to leave almost like an oily residue on my brushes, and that just feels really wrong to me. So I don't get a lot of use out of this. There's still quite a bit left, but I'm going to try my very best. However, one that was recommended by you was the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. I have the small one here. I got mine on Amazon, but I know they do carry at Sephora and other makeup retailers. I love this stuff. I can totally see why makeup artists love it. If you need to switch brushes in between clients, or like me, you procrastinate on brushes and you need them to do your makeup or someone else's, and you don't have overnight dry time to deep clean them, this is absolutely perfect. However, I will say, this stuff is no joke. You pour this into a container, swirl your brush in, and then swirl your brush on a towel to clean it. And you keep going until nothing comes off the bristles and the bristles look clean. But this I left in a glass jar, and it etched the glass. So like, I don't know long term that I would use it on some of my more precious brushes that I'm trying to keep around longer. But in a pinch, it's absolutely great. Love it. So those are my caveats, but thank you for the rec. It was amazing. I have all of my microfiber towels and my reusable cotton rounds in the second one because it's easy to grab them from there while I'm filming to wipe swatches off. And I do use this Bioderma micellar water that's in the top. So this is the Sensibio H2O, and everyone loves this. I got this huge one at Costco. It's 28.7 fluid ounces. It's massive. You can see I have used a decent amount, but my skin hates this, my facial skin. So what I've been using this for is removing swatches. I don't have to use wipes, which is really nice. So I love using this for swatching, but not for my face, and it's going to take a while to work through, but I also appreciate that because it's a much more sustainable way than wipes. And also a tip is to keep a mesh bag in there, or a laundry bag, for the ones that are dirty, because then I just take this down to the laundry and I have the folded clean ones or the almost clean ones ready to go. Then on the bottom shelf here, I have baskets full of products if I have the video prepped and ready to film. So again, all I have to do is wheel this out and everything that I need is right there. And that is my filming cart, y'all. Okay, starting with the makeup overflow on this shelf and the accessories, I have this box here. It is a beautiful sugar paper box that my sister-in-law gifted me. The best pillow in the entire world of pillows for Christmas one year. I'll pop a picture up. It sits in my leather chair where me and Frank hang out. And it's my favorite quote of all time from my favorite person of all time, which is Cher. And it is, "Mom, I am a rich man," because female empowerment, you know? Anyway, I love the box that it was in, and I love that gift, and I'm very thankful that she celebrated something with me that is important to me, and we both love Cher. So that was really nice of her. But what I keep in there is what I would open up a makeup museum with. So if you want to see what is in this box, let me know. There's some treasures in there. Going back all the way to 2010, there's also the Pure Barbie collab that was like so underrated from years ago. Yes, I kept the packaging and everything. Like, if you want to go through this, box. I think it could be a fun video. Let me know down below, but that's where I keep all of that stuff. The orange on top are some new eyeglasses that I got. I love them, but I'm not sure about the company, so I'm not ready to talk about them. So we're hiding the brand, but maybe we'll do a video about glasses because I got some really fun ones that if you are following me on Instagram, which if you're not, you should. I've been a lot more active there, sharing different things, mostly outfits, even when they're potato day outfits. If you're following me on Instagram, you've seen some of them. I'm not ready to give a recommendation, but maybe. Then I have my Fit Glow lip serums in all of their glory. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, lip product, so they deserve to be on display. And then next to that, I have 2 containers, so let me grab these real quick. So I actually used these containers for nail stuff, but then when I started going back to get my nails done, I figured I could repurpose them for makeup brushes, so they're really nice because they have a lid, so they protect the brushes from dust, and they're also a really good size for brushes that they're not like kind of squished together. On the bottom are brushes that like I'm just not using right now. It's either the shape or the quality or something. But makeup brushes to me are one of my favorite parts of makeup, and they're one of the only things you can buy in the makeup sphere that don't expire. There's no expire date. We can get into brushes. I'd really like to do some videos because there are a lot of variables with brushes that can totally change how makeup applies and will drastically improve or decrease the skill that you have with makeup. And I'd love to talk through that. So again, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but when we go through my collection of things, I want to make it very clear that one, yes, I'm privileged to have this makeup collection. I have worked really hard for it, but also, especially with things like brushes, I've been collecting them since I was a very small kid. And also some of these brushes are like 15 years old. Like this did not happen overnight or even in the last year. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this. Anyway, in the top box, I have brushes that I still really love and would be happy to use if all of my other brushes were dirty, but they're brushes that I'm not currently using on a regular basis, so I can kind of keep them out of sight and out of mind for a little bit, just because I have so many that in order to not kind of like overrun my space with brushes, I need to kind of pick favorites now, if that makes sense. But yeah. That's that. Then I have all of my headbands because I did mention that I keep a lot of my accessories in this room. So I have my faux collars down here and then all of my headbands. So I did get these 2 right there from Amazon. They are nice. They have lids. They have compartments that you can store like clips or scrunchies in. But I wouldn't pay for them again because the other 2 are wine chillers. I'll bring one out. So quite literally a wine chiller fits perfectly for headbands. And again, you can put scrunchies or whatever on the inside. They're prettier to look at. And you can find these at thrift stores. My dad got me 2 of these. I don't think he paid more than $10 for the pair. They're solid marble. They're heavy. I've used them for makeup brush holders, headband holders, whatever you can think of. It's just a nice shape for some of that stuff. And again, finding it at a thrift store really beats these 2 Amazon ones. Although if you're into the Amazon ones, they're not bad. They're just like, do you need to pay that much? No. Also, these boxes with the lids are from Amazon. I do highly recommend those. Same with the lipstick tower. I wouldn't hold all of my stuff in there, but if you have a small collection for lips, those things are really nice so you can like visually see everything. I like being able to see in those boxes, and also the lid is a plus. I think if I have the need for maybe better storage, I would like to collect more, but I'm not going, again, one problem per paycheck. You know what I'm saying? All right, then we get to the top of my makeup drawers. I have a basket with stuff that I haven't reviewed yet or that I need to try. In the back of it is stuff that's kind of on the chopping block. Then I have my Adept palette of all of my single shadows. Outside of the duochromes that I use the most, those are in TKB palettes that I'll get into at another time. And then all of my makeup, plus all of my miscellaneous tools like sponges, etc., fits in these drawers. So super happy to have gotten this to a place where I can close my closet doors and there is peace in my office. But let's go ahead and get into the next clip. Okay, so you will have just seen me go to town on the top of this. I really wanted to streamline this. I have my favorite books. Some of these are makeup books, astrology books, inspirational books. Then I have my candle warmer, which 10 out of 10 highly recommend. It prolongs the life of the candle so much. And I have the Dead Cool Taunt candle on there right now. It's fabulous. I have my lovely salt lamp. It just adds such a nice warm glow to the room, especially when I'm working. But I also have this violin. No one has asked about it, but I'm going to share it anyway. And that is a family heirloom. My great, maybe one more great grandmother actually played this violin. It's a coffee tin with the handle and strings of a violin and a bow, and it is my most prized possession. Fun fact. But the purpose of this was I have really found that I need to keep a couple of things in my bathroom for the days where I'm just slapping something on super easy and quick. But I want to start doing shopping my stash, and that's what I've done here with my Refer vanity organizers, my Fit Glow travel holder, and then a brush cup with a cover. So I'm going to fill the brushes up with what I want to use, and that's going to be largely dependent on the makeup I choose. You will have seen that I did fill the Fit Glow makeup box up with some Phytosurgence eyeshadow, blush, and then also the Khaki and Finding Ferdinand collab in here, just because they didn't fit in any of the containers from Refer very well. Then I already had some things set out that I knew would go into my kind of, what do we call this? My shop, my stash for this time period. And you will have seen me gone through the lips. So I've already chosen lips, a couple of eyeshadows, but there's one more eyeshadow palette that I want to add to this. And then I think I've chosen everything else. So now it's just washing the brushes and picking those. But this is what you're going to see in the background of my videos now. And it's going to be whatever I'm currently using the most for days where I'm doing like a full makeup look or even like a super glam look. And I'm very excited about it. It feels so much easier for me to navigate than what I had before. It was like there was just stuff everywhere in the closet. It feels good to have it categorized and everything. But yeah, that is the office. Never mind the vacuum, but I have a ton of art that I want to hang. That's my sketchbook from when I was a small child. We're going to do that video. I can't wait. I just need to dedicate more time. Also, peep the Spice Girls. We love to see it. All right, let's get on with the show. That's my makeup collection. Oh, I guess I can show you what's in this second drawer, but it's not very exciting. I just have extra Refer vanity organizers because I was using those when I had my vanity out. I really love them. I highly recommend waiting for buy one, get one 50% off or another deal like that, buy one, get one free. Refer runs deals all the time. I do love them. They're magnetic, so you can configure them however you want, and there's different types, so like palette holders, skincare holders, lipstick holders, all of that. I have this fan that I just love to use in the summer if I want to dry my face faster. I tend to use that over the white fan. I don't know. I think I'm like a Southern woman from early times. I don't know. Whatever. But I also have miscellaneous tools, so like brush guards if I need to shape them, extra Victoria Beckham eye sharpeners, which I'm so glad they now give you the option not to have those because I have so many extras. And then you can't really see it, but I have backups of cuticle oils because I love supporting Whiskey Moon Boutique. So I have a couple different flavors or scents of them. I just keep them there for easy access, but that's literally all the beauty that I own in my office. We'll dive into kind of what's in my bathroom, but that's going to be a whole nother project because this has been a week in the making. And I hope you like it. Okay, bye. Well, next clip. All right, y'all. It's Friday. The lighting's not great. I forgot to film an outro, but I want to make sure this video gets up on Saturday. So thank you so much for being here. Hopefully this message reaches you at a time where you need to hear it. Hopefully you got to come into my brain a little bit and how I organize. And also, again, let me know any of the things that you want to see more of down below. I'm in my mad scientist era. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. I have barely worn makeup today and it's all gone. And it's time to unwind from a long week, and I hope that you're taking care of yourself and protecting your values. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.